Nigel, you asked for a response in the Mouscron game. You got it. What is the message now ahead of this weekend's game?
Same again. I'd like the same type of performance, and certainly if we can get another 3 points, then it does give us a little bit of a more positive outlook on how the league's shaping up. Obviously, they've got quite a bit of distance between them and everybody else at the moment. But I think what we've got to do is try to just focus on our own performances. And for me, looking back at the last 3 games in particular, I think there have been some really encouraging signs in all of those games. And of course, to go behind last week and end up winning 3-1 was very, very pleasing. Especially, the conditions. It was a very hot day, but I was really pleased with how we performed. And so we want to try and replicate that type of performance this week.
In terms of home games as well, of course, we're there again this weekend, and then to be playing Zulte and Kortrijk there as well, that'll put us right up there if we can get positive results against them at home.
Well, let's just make sure we get this one right to start with. But yeah, you're right. But again, for us, the opportunities to play against these teams, I think just in itself is an important factor. For the players themselves, I keep saying it every week, that they get an opportunity to perform against players who are currently in their league above us, and I think that can be a very useful lesson for players to understand how to get better themselves. They're playing against some very accomplished players, but I don't think we've looked out of place. I think we've been very competitive so far, and I want us to continue to improve throughout the tournament. So, we're halfway in, and we've done okay. I want us to set our goals a little bit higher and see if we can, if we can get back-to-back wins. That would be very, very important for us. So it's another game to look forward to. Again, the pressures on us are not intense in the sense that we know that the outcome of this for us is we've got a long way to go in terms of putting Zulte under pressure, but we're looking at it as a training exercise in a competitive environment. And I think the players, you can see if you watch training this morning, the players continue to apply themselves really well in training sessions. They're working at a good intensity, and we need to take that into the games.
Just in terms of team news now then as well, a couple of lads missed out against Mouscron, didn't they? How are they doing, and are there any fresh problems at all?
Okay. Both Yuri Dekovi and King Power have been back in training. They look okay. Dimi Darceler gets another week of training, so he's getting closer to being in contention. Jo Gillis has been ill this week, so unfortunately, he's a player. I think he's made 3 sub appearances, which is really good for one of our young players. But he's been unwell this week. He's unlikely to be involved. And players who've been out like Kazagolda. Kaz has had another good week in training. Looks sharper, and so although the season's coming to its, getting towards the end of the season, we still have players who are pushing themselves to get fit and to be available, and they understand how I'm looking at this competition. So I think that's important for us.